So, a question that I'm going to ask you guys, because like I said, one of the ways that I retain information is question and answers. So I think that's a good way for us to communicate and be able to gather information. So one of the ways that we use this is we take the leaves of our collards, and matter of fact, I'm finna go over here and I'm gonna remove one of my collard leaves from the middle. And I want you guys to see this now, because this makes the difference. You see this leaf right here? This is a old-timey blue collard. And if I were to show you all of my plants right now, none of my plants, you see any insect bites on that? No insect bites. I'm gonna take you over to the plant. I wanna let you guys see. So I'm gonna flip this camera around and I'm gonna show you where I got this leaf from and the rest of these plants over here. Take our light, we're gonna go over here. Y'all see these collards? No insect bites. No insect bites. And they're not covered up. No insect bites. No insects. Everybody asks me all the time, what do I spray on my collards, on my greens? Nothing. I spray absolutely nothing on them. No insect bites. No insect bites. These are purple tree collards here. No insect bites. Cabbages. See the cabbage there? No insect bites. More collards right here. No insect bites. And you can see my basil here that's died off, but that basil still has a little scent to it. Got some more cabbage right there. No insect bites. Little baby tree collard down there. Got a little leaf rip right there on the side. But for the most part, no insect bites. And everybody knows that the seedlings are most vulnerable. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you why this makes so much sense. This is how I test my soil. This is how I test my soil. A soil sample that you send off to have a soil test done is going to tell you what's in your soil, but this leaf is going to tell you what. Let me see if anybody knows the answer to that. What is this leaf going to tell you about your garden? The leaf is going to tell you what the nutrients are in the plant that came from your soil. A soil test is going to tell you what's in your soil. It's not going to tell you what's in your plant. You can have every nutrient in your soil, but if your pH is off, which is why I use my pH meter, and this is why I suggest that every one of you should have a pH meter, because all of these things that people are saying, growing out the box, you be doing too much. I got each one of my beds tuned in for every plant that I'm growing out here. My collards, they like a 6.5 to a 6.7. If I were to test my soil's pH right there, my soil pH is going to be right at a 6.5 to a 6.7. Generally, 6.7 is going to be good for pretty much all your plants, but then you get over to your garlic, which likes it closer to neutral, which is closer to 7. If you go and test my garlic's bed going to be probably a 6.9 to a 7. I move the pH of my soil because the closer you are to the pH range of that plant, the more nutrients the leaves are going to take up, the more nutrients the plant's going to take up. The more nutrients the plant take up, the healthier the plant is. The healthier the plant, the less insect attack. The nutrients in this plant is what's keeping the insects from attacking it. A soil test is not going to tell you that. A soil test is going to tell you what's in your soil. This is going to tell you what's in your plant. That's what makes your plant healthy. People roll their eyes when you mention a pH meter, like, hey, that ain't the way my grandmother did it, or that ain't the way my grandfather did it. But we know better. The technology is so much better now to where we can pinpoint why things grow, why things don't grow, why insects attack, why insects don't attack. I could tell you if your leaves have a high-Brix level, aphids do not like it. So what do you not see? Aphids. That's one of the main threats for your collards and your brassicas going through the fall, all throughout. And I grow collards all year round, summer all the way through fall. This is what my collards look like. We just strip the leaves. You hear how crunchy those leaves are? You hear how crunchy that is? Those leaves are crunching. What I do is I take all of this, fold it together. I want to break it so that sap starts to loosen up. And this is a heavy duty garlic press. And this is how you get that sap out of those leaves. You pack that in there, flip it back around. You're getting the juices out of your leaf. And I'm gonna see if I can put this as close to the camera so you guys will see when that juice starts coming out. I may have to use 2 hands. See that juice there? That's how you get the juice out of those collard leaves. And then you flip that down on there. And you can see where the juice is saturated right there. Let me see what my camera is. There you go. See how the tip of that is? Now, if you were to look through this, it's going to refract the light. And that's why it's called a refractometer. And what that's going to do is going to show you a line that tells you the Brix of your plant, and the Brix is telling you how much sugar is in there. Now, what you don't want, and I'm not able to show you this now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do a short of the video, because I can look through this thing now, look to the light, and the Brix. I want somebody to Google this now, because I'm going to show this, because I'm going to have to put this up to the camera. But when I look through this little eye scope here, this is reading a 13. This is 13% Brix, and my SG warts is at a 1.045. So I want someone to Google what a 13 Brix is for collard greens. And what does that mean if you're getting the 13 Brix on your collard greens? You see the liquid down here at the tip. That's what was just squeezed out of this. You can see that at the bottom down there. That's what's on the bottom. When you're looking through your refractometer, there's going to be a line that separates the blue from the white. The white is telling you your percentage of Brix. That's going to be your sugars and your nutrients. But the part that you're really looking for is not a straight line across. If you have a straight line across, that means that you are lacking some vital nutrients in your plant. Straight line, a definitive straight line means that you are lacking nutrients. Somebody Google real quick, what does a blurred line mean in your refractometer? What does a blurred line mean in your refractometer? And it's going to tell you a lot that you need to know about this leaf from the plant that we just took this from. It's going to tell you a lot about what's going on. Potassium, your calcium, all of these things is what creates that blurred line, because it's telling you that you have a complete nutrient profile. The more nutrients that are available in that plant leaf that you just tested in your refractometer, the less defined it's going to be. That one collard leaf from that little small plant that was just put out here, I don't know, October, It's taking up those nutrients and it's maximizing them to create a 12.5 Brix percentage in a blurred line, which is telling me that everything in my soil is being uptaken by that plant. $20, $25, you could spend a little more, but $20, $25. I picked this up from Target, I think. I think I paid maybe $10 for that. So $35 to be able to tell you whatever is going on in your soil is or is not working. And that's the beautiful part about the science of the soil, being able to take these things and to know that what it is, the inputs that you're putting into your soil is working. A pH meter and a refractometer. These tools right here are gonna make you an awesome gardener. In this garden back here, I got 6,400 square feet in my garden area back here, and I'm gonna try to grow all my plants all the way through spring. That means covering some of them up because we're gonna be getting down into the 20s, I think in the next 3 or 4 days. So I'm gonna be covering some of them up, including my collards, because once the collards get down there in that 15, they'll start to struggle a little bit, and we haven't seen that this year. Someone was asking me, how do I know the inputs that I'm putting into my garden are working? This is the answer right here. This is not my guess. This is not a hypothetical. This is the science behind the soil. This is what tells you what your plants are uptaking. And I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the fulvic acid extract. Now, people are going to tell you you can't do that at home. You got to use all these powerful acids, and that's dangerous to do at home. And I'm going to tell you right now, no, it is not. You can do it with something simple as peat moss, hardwood ash, and vinegar. Those three things right there, you can create your own fulvic acid extract. And with that fulvic acid extract, you soil drench or you can foliar feed your plants, and it's going to do what they call chelate. And chelating is basically means to latch on. It's going to make those nutrients latch on to your plants. This is how I know it's working. That fulvic acid extract. That's what I've been using on my plants along with that liquid whey. I spray that liquid whey on my plants as well.